Hey, you guys. Let's see what's going on with people who you are in no contact with, as well as people you are in contact with. So, people in general. Divine, what is it you want Pisces to know at this time? So we have the Six of Swords as well as the Seven of Swords. This is a very interesting energy. I feel like now people are being guided towards you. People are being led your way. And I feel like they're being led your way because of all the different changes that you've made in your life. Before I started this reading, I did see the star at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like you are living up to your truest potential at this moment. I feel like you are doing all the things you need to do in order to establish yourself in a place where you can be seen. And it doesn't mean that you are being seen for popularity, but in order to get a business going, in order for you to get really truly out there, you have to be seen in some way, shape, form, or capacity. A lot of Pisces have been in hermit mode. You've been in spaces where you've been kept away to yourself. I feel like now those days are starting to be over. You're starting to go out more. You're starting to do more things. Even if it's simple as you going out to take a walk. Maybe people out on the trail are staring at you, many different things. But I feel like the people that you are not in contact with will now be guided or geared towards coming towards you because you are no longer in hiding and they feel like it's fair game. People possibly are wanting to get back in contact with you too. Divine, what else? We have the Ace of Wands. People are acting quick and they're acting fast. I do believe that, people want to move towards you. They feel like it's a chance that things could spark back up. They want to get something restarted. I don't feel like that's going to be the energy in a few more cards. But I do feel like, you can't help the way other people feel or the things that other people want to do. And I feel like you can't stop people from coming towards you. So I feel like the energy is just there, but I don't feel like you're doing anything about that. I feel like you're more so paying attention to what you have going on. I feel like you're in newer horizons and newer spaces now. People say that they don't want to hear about these energies, but I don't feel like that's true. It's not true at all, because these are the type of readings that get the most attention. These are the type of readings that people start to flock to because people like to play pretend, and people play pretend because they be like, oh, I'm over such and such, and ooh, I don't want but here they are. Divine, what else is here? You're being viewed very differently at this time with the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. People want to work on things with you again because I feel like people are now realizing that they shouldn't have played games on your time. And I feel like that's what it is. When you moved out of particular spaces, deviated from different relationships where weren't getting reciprocity, or you felt like you weren't being treated fairly, these people are really recognizing that they should have treated you better, that they should have done more work to keep you around, that they should have supported you here as well, because there's this huge energy of regret, especially if you've left people, because sometimes you don't wait for people to leave you. Sometimes you just have to immediately remove yourself from situations that no longer serve you, whether people understand that or not. And it's interesting when you do call people out on their shit, how they start to coddle up and backpedal on things that they said and things that they've discussed behind your back that you've possibly found out about. But most Pisces, all people are intuitive, but Pisces more so rest in that energy, even passively, even when you don't want to. I feel like you got wind of a lot of things that were discussed behind your back, and some of you even brought that to people's attention, and they tried to play coy and dumb. I feel like they knew exactly what was going on, but they had to play a different kind of way in order to not cause attention to themselves, or not, people wanted to absolve themselves from the truth. Pretty much, they don't want to be blamed for things that they know that they've done, especially when it was things that were supposed to be kept in the dark. Divine, tell me more about this Eight of Pentacles, because now they want to work on relationship, and I don't feel like you're having it, to be totally honest. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands. Yes, you are appearing in this very moment very attractive, very alluring. We do have the Queen of, oh, excuse me, the High Priestess. It looked like the Queen of Pentacles. It's the High Priestess. So that speaks on that intuition, things that you already know. Because I feel like what happened with the Eight of Pentacles and this Queen of Wands that's now showing up, I feel like there were things that you began to work on, things that you felt inspired to work on behind the scenes, especially with the High Priestess. And I feel like all of those changes, you're showing up as very alluring, very attractive. A lot of you all have been working on your looks, you know. You could be dressing differently, but how you are physically showing up is something that you've been working on. A lot of you all have lost weight. A lot of you all have been working on your body goals. And with the Queen of Wands here showing up, it's very obvious that that's something that has been, you know, in the workings. And if you haven't, you're just very attractive in your own right. It's almost like someone, I'm hearing the word irresistible. So you're irresistible. Divine, tell me more about this Queen of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. And then we have in the ten of Swords. So it's very well possible that people are feeling like they ruined a good thing with you. With the Ten of Swords, definitely speaking on that backstabbing, you know, behavior, backstabbing activity, because you had a glow up. Whether you know this or not, this is how people, you know, that you are not in contact with, who have some insight, you know, about you, whether this is on social media platforms, whether you started over fresh on your social media. You could be on TikTok, you can be on Instagram, many different variation of many different things. They have found your page. I feel like they're silent viewers, but I do feel like they have found your page if you decided to start over. And they're saying that they wish they would have done better, that they wish they would have done more with this Ten of Swords. Divine, this Ten of Swords, lastly here. Yeah. And then we have the strength here. I feel like you're standing on business with the strength. You are really holding true to what people said and what they've done. And if they've done treacherous things, and if they've been backstabbing you behind your back and all of those things, you are leaving them exactly where they're at with this Ten of Swords energy. Stay where you were with that nonsense. You're not bringing that over here. People are in regret. That's all I can really truly say. People are in heavy regret because your glow up is something that is being discussed. Your glow up is a huge discussion amongst people that you used to know. You've made a lot of lifestyle choices. You made a lot of lifestyle choices. Divine, what else is here? Yeah. With the Sun as well as the Five of Swords. Yeah. I feel like people are heavily desperate to get into your energy. This is definitely an energy of desperation, an energy of things people will say, that people will say and do anything in order to get back in your good graces. Especially if you've made a come up. It's something here about you making a come up, and if you haven't made a come up, you look like you have. And I feel like that's what people are going by. People are going by what things look like. I don't feel like you're false flagging, because I feel like you're just minding your business. But with however you're approaching things, however you're approaching life, it's working out for you, because people are almost viewing you as unrecognizable, because your energy is radiating as if it's new, something that people haven't discovered. And I feel like that's why people want to talk to you again. People want to talk to you again because they want to get to know who this new person that you've become is. And I feel like, and this is just my opinion, free will is a thing. I feel like if they treated you poor then, they would still treat you poor now. I feel like it's a thing of consistency. And most times I would say give things a chance, give things a try, but that's not what I'm feeling right now. Right now, what I'm feeling is if you've moved away from it, leave it alone. Because a lot of these things are just karmic lessons. I'm not saying that they're karmic people, but a lot of these things are lessons. And these lessons keep on coming back around because there's something that you haven't learned about them, something you haven't given up on them about. And I feel like people will be like, oh, well, you know, I've become so much more spiritual and I feel like I'm supposed to go back and I feel like I'm supposed to help. No, because the help is walking away. The help is making people see that they can't just treat people any old kind of way. That is the help that some people need. Unless you want to still be treated like a plaything, a tool, then I would say go for it. But if you are looking for betterment in your life, and if you're looking to progress and you are holding everybody else accountable and not holding these people accountable, you're biased. Divine, what else is here with this Five of Swords and the Sun? Clear messages, please. Okay. And we have the Two of Swords. Yes, I feel like don't need there is no indecision, because like I feel like with the Two of Swords, at one point in time, people picked and chose what they wanted to say, how they wanted to deal with you, how they thought about you. People picked and choose. I feel like now don't even give them an option or a choice. Make them stand on what they did. Make them stand on what they said. And if they once upon a time wanted to treat you like you were some falsified individual, let them continue to treat you like you some falsified individual. It's to a point now where you should not have to explain yourself to anybody, because you don't owe anybody else an explanation, because you are living your own life. You are living your own life. You have your own thing going on. There's nobody else who can dictate your life. Nobody else can live your life for you, regardless of the advice they give you, regardless of what people tell you they think you should do with your life, all of those things. You are the determining factor of what you do with your life. No one is coming to save you. I want you all who would dredge back to the past to know that. And I'm not saying everything in the past was harsh and cruel, but if we talk about abundance, if we're talking about living a better life, why go back to the people who treated you like trash? Divine, what else is here? And we have the Four of Wands. You've done a lot of things. Four of Wands. You've accomplished a lot of goals. You've accomplished a lot of short-term goals, and a lot of you all have accomplished some of your long-term goals even before the time frame in which you set. I feel like you all are on the correct path in order to get this thing done. Like with the Four of Wands, that's the reason why people are showing up. You're showing up as a very accomplished individual, a very driven individual, and people like drive, whether they admit it or not. People like drive. There are people, I'll use me for an example. People fuck with what I do. They know they do. They like what I do, but they will not like, they will not comment, they will not subscribe, and they will not share. And that's totally fine. People are in their rights to do whatever it is they want to do. But enough spectators, because the thing about it is, if you're around the right type of people, as you support those people will support you too. So I feel like this is just an energy of reciprocity. I feel like people need to put more respect on you all's name. They need to put more respect on the things that you all accomplish. Anybody can go to school, but it takes skill, it takes talent, it takes wherewithal, it takes consistency to run a business, especially if this is social media. For an example, if you are an influencer, and whether people want to admit it or not, influencers are becoming the most wanted job. Because a lot of these other jobs where you're relying on people to give you a paycheck, you having to scrunch for it. You having to beg for raises that you know you deserve. So it's like, why not determine what your own income is? And that's not just being an influencer. Divine, tell me about the Four of Wands here. Okay. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like with the 444 could be significant. Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. I feel like stand on where you are. Hold your boundaries in place. Hold on to those things that you've accomplished very dearly and very securely. Hold on to them as if they were your child, because people will try to degrade. People will try to debase, because I feel like there's also this energy of someone wanting to come back in to love bomb, to humble you. It's not even to really love on you for real. And love bombing is more than just in romantic spaces. This can be involving friends and family as well, because love is very universal. and it's many different facets of love. But in this particular energy, it just feels like somebody's trying to humble someone, like they will want to come back in to love bomb you, to see what's going on with you, and then to try to discourage you and dispel you, because people do that. Believe it or not, people plan, people plot, people have strategies to try to debase people. And I feel like if you are in this type of energy where you are conquering, especially when you've been in a defeatist mentality that other people put you in, and other experiences that you put yourself in, and you've had to pick yourself up off the ground in order to rebuild, I feel like what are we going back to the people who tried to destroy us for? To cause another tower? And God knows y'all don't like tower moments. So what else is new? Divine Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands here. We have the Two of Wands. Yep. I continue to forge ahead. Continue to forge ahead and don't look back is what this is given. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is not an energy that focuses on things behind them. Two of Wands is an energy that focuses on the things that are in front of them or are in front of you. I feel like with the Four of Wands, this Four of Pentacles, as well as the Two of Wands, you have set a lot of goals. Some of you all are going back into the studio. That includes the dance studios. A lot of you all are investing in yourselves, where you are on social media, where you're pushing the record button and you're not overthinking. A lot of you all are going back into sports and living out your childhood dreams of being athletes. I feel like that's what this is all about. The focus in this particular time is, believe it or not, it's not on love, because if you are already in an established relationship, love is not something that you should have to worry about, because love is always there. Now, the other variables that happen aside from love, okay, but if you call yourself in relationships that are already established, love should not be an issue. So this is more of a focus on the things that are in front of you. And why are we not focusing on the things in front of us? Because you can't focus ahead if you're steady turning your head around to the back. You can't see what's in front of you. Divine, tell me more about this Two of Wands here. Okay, with the Queen of Pentacles, you're supposed to be focusing on stability, looking pretty, being comfortable. I feel like it's easy because the Queen of Pentacles is not working hard. A long-waited energy, a stable, solid energy that took some time, but working extremely hard. No, the Queen of Pentacles is about peaceful abundance, making your money without a problem. Queen of Pentacles, although she doesn't give me an influencer type of energy, she gives me an energy that enjoys making her money peacefully and not working hard for it. Dedicated, consistent, but not working hard. Divine Queen of Pentacles, lastly here. We have the Knight of Swords. Yes, you are relentless in your pursuit is what this is giving me. So with all of this being said, there's energies that have many different focuses on, coming towards you. Whether they do it or not, that still remains to be unknown. But it does feel like there are people who are desiring to make new connections with you. Use your discernment. Use your discernment. That's all I really can say about this. Use your discernment, because this is not a time where we want to play games. This is not a time where you want to be left behind. This is not a time where you want to be called slacking. You are on the pursuit of happiness, and you have been very consistent with that. The energy is here. You've been very consistent on your healing journey, and you've been very consistent on what lies in front of you. And I still say, remain in that notion. Fuck what's going on behind you. Can I ask you a question? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? To fulfill those goals, to fulfill those dreams? Do you not know? Is something not clear? Do you need clarity? I have an option for you. I've had an option for you. That option is Psychic Source. Use my link down below in the description box. Use J Marion as the unique code, and you can get up to 40 minutes of clarity and insight for only $19.80. $19.80. 80 could literally change your life. Yes, it sounds like some simple thing and it sounds like something that feels very outlandish, but literally $19.80 could change your life. If you are not satisfied with the clarity and insights you receive from any advisor, you can get your money back. So you win, period. I would rather go in life knowing that I tried something to move progressively forward towards my goals and dreams than me sitting on my ass and not doing anything. Okay? Those details down below in the description box. And now on to your reading. Divine, what closing insight do you have for us on today? Okay. So we have the Page of Swords. And Divine, what about this Page of Swords? And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Yes. So clarity. That I just spoke about, clarity with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you all have been asking for a sign, and sometimes that sign comes with you doing things, because believe it or not, you are not waiting on God. God is actually waiting on you to show up for yourself. God is waiting for you to show up for yourself, because you can be told 1,000,001 different things, but unless you do something about what you've been instructed, it really would not matter. You're just receiving clarity and insight for nothing. Divine, Page of Swords as well as the Six of Pentacles. We have the Four of Pentacles. This is a tough message today, man. This is a very tough message. So with the Page of Swords and Six of Pentacles, you've been given the clarity, you've been given the insight, and this is for some of you all, but you're holding on to it. With the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on to it. Like you've done absolutely nothing with the clarity and insight that you've been given. Divine, tell me more about this Six of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles. Yes, I feel like you were given, some type of instruction. You were given some type of know-how, and I feel like you were definitely given the insight you need in order to make something progressive, in order to make something happen for yourself, but you're holding on to the information and you're not doing anything with it. Divine, tell me more about this Four of Pentacles, because why are we holding on to the information? With the Eight of Pentacles, yes, you're holding on to the insight, you're holding on to the clarity, and this definitely has something to do with what you could be doing. A lot of this is concerning with work, something that you're actually really good at with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a master, like you've mastered your craft. There's something that you are really good at, and you're possibly the only person who could do this. Could you imagine being the only person on earth who can do what you do? Have a multi-billion, multi-million-dollar idea, and you're sitting on it and not doing anything with it. Could you imagine that? You don't see it anywhere. You don't see anybody doing it, and you have the proper and correct idea. I feel like you need the clarity. You need the insight. Check out our sponsor, Psychic Source. Yes, I'm going to say it again. Check them out, because there's definitely a nod to something is not going to happen until you actively do something about it. And sometimes it happens with unbiased sources. You're not always going to get it through watching a YouTube video, even if you watch me every day. Even if you watch me every day, it means nothing if you are not doing anything with the information. Divine, Eight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is the second time. You are supposed to be sitting pretty. You have a multi-million-dollar idea. And if it's not a multi-million-dollar idea, it's enough for you to sit comfortably. And sitting comfortably is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Whatever you have is a very solid, stable idea. But I feel like we don't want to be embarrassed. Sometimes in order to live that dream out loud, you have to embarrass yourself. And Consider what I'm saying. No, I don't mean ridicule, and no, I don't mean put you in front of spaces in order to. No, sometimes showing up as our authentic self is something that people are not expecting. So I feel like in order to be a success, in order to be that thing that you, sometimes you're gonna have to make mistakes. You very seldom do people get it on the first try. Everything is progressive, but I feel like what the divine is looking for the effort, looking for the consistency, looking for the do it anyway. And I feel like that's where we're in. Do it while you are afraid, because that is the real true commitment. That's the litmus test of whether you want something or not, whether you are dedicated to or not. This is a time frame where nothing is about to be handed to us. Money is not going to pop up out of the thin blue sky. It's not. It's not. I would love to tell you that it is, but it's not. Divine, what else is? You have to make it. You have it within you. Divine Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands here, y'all. Like, this is something that is divinely inspired. And this is something to get you off to a good start. Do you know, in order to be in most races, you have to qualify? You have to qualify. There's many different other races that you have to be in before you get to the main one, the one that actually will benefit you in the long run, the one that will actually make you all the money. You, in order to, there's a few trials that you have to go through. And the interesting thing about it is, I'm hearing a lot of you all have been through the trials. Your life has been a trial. It's time to live that life out peacefully. You were not designed and meant to struggle. You were not. That struggle mentality was created by working jobs. People don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. By working jobs, begging people to give you a raise, begging people to see you for who you actually really truly are. And even in you working that job, you are not showing up as your true authentic self. You are showing up to be a part of someone else's dream, be a part of someone else's goal. And while that is great and good, what about you and what you truly wanted? I very highly doubt that a lot of people's dreams were, oh, I want to work for somebody else. I want to work somebody else's dream and not live my own. Because essentially that's what you're saying. Divine Ace of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles. What you want is all in what you will do. I feel like what's getting ready to happen now is a lot of people are about to get very uncomfortable. A lot of people are about to reach points in their career where they're not about to see any more money. You all are not about to see any more raises. You are not about to see any more growth. You are literally about to be made uncomfortable until you do what you are supposed to do. And that's your intended purpose. I feel like the divine has answered prayers. The divine has answered prayers and has shown up in everybody. I ain't even gonna say multiple, and showed up in everyone's life. Get out of your own way is what this is pretty much saying. Get out of your own way and grow what you were made to grow. Everything that you need is already inside of you. And I feel like if you don't, and this is something that you truly want, trust that the way and the resources will be made available to you in order to get what you need to get. But the thing about this is you cannot expect it to come how you want it to come. You have to be open-minded to receive. And sometimes in order to be receptive, you have to humble yourself. Okay? But this was the reading, you guys. This one was a tough one. This felt like tough love. Very appreciated because it even resonated with myself. You know, even if I'm not in this space right now, I can remember, you know, what this felt like. So hopefully these messages resonated with you all in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you can use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box, and that includes our sponsor, Psychic Source, because it is really truly time for you to pick up the pieces of your life and be accountable for what it is you seek And if you need clarity, I got you. Click that link down below in the description box, you guys. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day, and I'll see you in the network. Bye, guys.